I'm an illustrator in 12-step recovery. I go by the name 12 Drawings. In the 1930s, the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous was written, and in it, the author, Bill Wilson, shared 12 promises in the ninth step that he said would come true for people who are working their way through the 12 steps. At step 9, the fifth promise that he mentioned was that no matter how far down the scale we had gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That's the promise. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experiences can benefit others. I saw the word scale as being a key word in that promise. I had a dictionary that dated back to the very time that Bill Wilson was writing the Big Book of AA. And I opened it up to the word scale to find out exactly what that means. And it means anything graduated, especially when employed as a measure. And that does make sense. You know, a stick of wood becomes a scale as soon as you put graduations on it, which simply means putting marks at regular intervals, especially when you're going to use that to measure something. The 12 steps are for people who they don't have a small problem, they have a big problem. In fact, many of us had a life-ending condition looming over us. Everything that had seemed to be a path towards life had vanished. Our hope was gone. We were like this drowning person being pulled into the vortex in a very, very dark, dark place where hope simply didn't exist. One of the three keys of 12 steps is to have a sponsor who is someone who is willing to come with you to whatever depth of hopelessness you may be in and simply offer their experience, strength, and hope to you. They are not superhumans. They are not paid professionals. They are people who were at some point somewhere that you may be right now, or worse. And they have agreed to climb down the scale. And if you are further down than they were, they will continue to reach for you. And this drawing is one that almost chokes me up every time because I had more than one sponsor over a very long period of time. And they were just bold, courageous, dedicated people. They didn't receive a penny. They were paying back their sponsor by sponsoring me. And at many times I felt like this person beyond hope. I'd given up hope. And here would come my sponsor in a very unexpected way saying, hey, you're not giving up because you haven't answered this question. You haven't tried this. Have you thought about that? Will you call me back in an hour? Will you meet with me tomorrow? Will you meet with me right now? He was always attempting some way to offer a way to reach me, which I certainly never felt that I deserved. But I have since then become a sponsor, and I adopted the same attitude. If someone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, I talk to them at 3 o'clock in the morning. If someone needs to meet, I meet with them. But more importantly, I work with them to work the 12 steps, because ultimately that's the goal, not just to talk to each other, but to work the 12 steps. And yes, there have been times when I've pulled someone back from the very verge of their own hopelessness, thanks to my connection to my higher power. So there's more on the website 12drawings.com. Thanks so much for listening.